Today we are making Roti Canai, basically Malaysian skillet bread. I recently went on a trip to Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. Roti Canai there is basically like bread. You can eat it with absolutely everything and it's always so delicious. The traditional way of serving it is usually in a metal plate like this, and then they'll have these little strong, potent, extremely flavorful curry sauces or pickles that they'll serve it with, and you just kind of dip it as you go. So I'm gonna show you a very basic way to make a Roti Canai, and then you can use this end product for different things. Anything with a lot of sauce and a lot of spice. It goes perfectly together. So you got a little bit of all-purpose flour here, some water, and then what we want to do here is add a little bit of salt, about half a teaspoon, and then we just want to mix this into a nice dough, and then we'll knead everything out. Once you have a wet sand texture, it's actually better to use your hands, so that way it's easier to make a nice smooth dough. Alright, so once you have a dough that's nice and stretchy, you can go ahead and knead it out for about 5 minutes. What we're trying to do here is just really develop that gluten that's in the flour. When your dough is nice and smooth and you can kind of just stretch it apart and see, you can put it to a light source, and if you see that the light is coming through nice and smoothly, then basically the dough is ready. So we can go ahead and then section these out. So this is a very simple process. What we want to do is kind of get butter inside the dough so that when we cook it, that butter just spreads all over and gives it really intense flavor. So we can go ahead and make little discs. I'm gonna lightly flour my rolling pin. So what I'm looking to do here is just make some nice, about 7 to 8 inches discs. And then once you have that shape done, we're gonna use a little bit of butter, which I'm just gonna brush onto the flat piece of dough. You can use salted butter. That's where I'm from. They use a lot of salted butter and it just makes everything better. And then we're just gonna roll this up like a scroll. This is just gonna create some nice air pockets. And then we're gonna do the same thing and just roll it out into that same exact disc shape. So once you've got one piece nice and flat, nice and thin, we can go ahead and put it right in the pan. We're gonna cook it for about 2 minutes per side with just a little bit of oil. Once one side is nice and toasted and brown, you've got these air pockets that are developing, you can go ahead and flip it to the other side, and this goes on for about 2 more minutes too. Alright, so this last one is done. So these are absolutely fantastic, like I said, with curries or any type of pickles. You can just chop up and make into a sauce, or you can even use chutneys with it. And this is basically the perfect vessel for that. You just go ahead and scoop it up. And you can brag to your friends that you just made bread from scratch at home in a frying pan.